So, Reggie, what is the importance of building and maintaining relationships, not just as an athlete, but this even as a regular person or even in business?
Well, it kind of goes back to something I alluded to earlier as far as when you're a human being, you're limited. You're limited. No, you don't have enough time to be great at everything. And then you also don't have the interest to be great at everything. And you have limited time, you have limited resources, you're trying to get to one point as efficiently and effectively as possible. Because you don't know when your time's up, you don't know what's going to happen, you're also dealing with the unknown of life. So being in this situation, relationships are key. Relationships are everything, because where you're strong at is where someone else is weak. But where they're strong at, you might be weak in that area. And you need to surround yourself with people who are strong in areas in which you're weak to ensure that you get to where you're trying to get to. Life is a series of situations and problems that need to be solved. And the fact of the matter is, sometimes you might be the best person to solve it. Sometimes it might be you. Sometimes it might be that person. Sometimes it might be that person. The point is, though, the problem needs to get solved. And so you can get to where you're trying to get to. And the fact of the matter is, because you're so limited, you're not stupid. All of us are limited. It doesn't matter how strong, big, fast, smart, whatever. Resources, rich, poor, it doesn't matter. We're all limited. So when you're trying to solve these problems, you need help. You cannot do this yourself. Plus, as an athlete or just in business in general, it's all about who you know. How many people did you know that we played with professionally that were there because they had a relationship with somebody that was there? Lots of them. And you knew it didn't matter how well I performed, I wasn't going to beat that person, because at the end of the day, that person has more trust from the person that's needed than I do. Because relationships in sports, it's all built on trust. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, it's not just you need people to like you, that helps, but you need people to understand you, and you need to understand them. And a bridge of understanding between you two needs to be built. So you can trust me and I can trust you. If I don't trust you or you don't trust me, better way of putting it, if you don't trust me as a coach, I'm not playing. I can get someone else. So fact of the matter is, and as an athlete, if you can't form that bridge of trust between someone, that bridge of understanding, not liking, you don't have to like each other. You just have to understand you. I gotta understand you. I gotta take the time to understand you. You need to take the time to understand me, so we can trust each other, so we can go out there and win. Because we gotta win. If we don't win, I'm not going to be here and you're not going to be here. That's also the reality of the situation. So if I can't trust you to go out there and do what you need to do, or you can't trust me to go out there and do what we need to do, what are we doing here? We're setting ourselves out on the weakest possible foot forward, and we're guaranteed to lose. Meaning I will be gone and you will be gone. So if I can't trust you, none of this can even be built. Plus, not just in sports, and we already talked about the example of, there was guys that were there solely, it wasn't talent at all. They just had, the coaches liked them. They had that relationship already. They trusted him, even though I was 20 times better than that person, didn't matter. They trusted them. They had more trust than I did, period, point blank. And the higher you go up, that's going to be a big thing. But it's just like in life. It's the same thing with business. How many people are in the position that they're in because the person that had that power to make the decision to get them there in the first place just trusted them? It wasn't over a resume. If the world was built that way, the best people would be in the best positions. But if you look around, that's clearly not what it is. That's not what it is. I'm putting people around me that I can trust, period. I'm not going to put people around me that I necessarily like the best. Sometimes that's the key thing, but I'm there because I know what they're going to give me, period. And the world is built around people who do the exact same thing, especially in these higher up positions. Because like I said, talent is only going to take you so far. It's in a lot of situations, your talent might even hinder you from getting to point A to point Z you're trying to get to, because that saying, it's you being so talented sometimes makes other people feel inferior. So they don't want to feel inferior. They're going to put people that they feel below, that are below them, in that position instead of you. And you might run into that. It's not in every situation, but you could get that as well.
Dealing with people's egos.
Dealing with people's egos. So the fact of the matter is, relationships are everything. You have to solve problems. You might not be the best person to solve those problems, but you got to solve it. The world is built off who you know, period. And you having that relationship with somebody, it trumps talent. It trumps the talent. If they like you more than me, you're going to be there and I'm not going to be there. And it has nothing to do with talent. Because like I said, especially the higher you go up, it's trust. It's all about trust. If I can't trust you, you can't trust me, we're guaranteed to fail. So I need people around me to trust, and you need to trust me so we can win. Because if we don't win, you're gone and I'm gone.